Red Bull have a quick car this year, no doubt. Problem is, it doesn't matter how fast your car is if you don't finish the race. Max Verstappen and Sergio Perez definitely learnt this in Bahrain, as both their cars were forced to retire due to mechanical issues in the final laps of the race. Verstappen's car seemed to have started deteriorating much earlier in the race, after he complained about steering difficulties with 10 laps to go. From there, the problems only got worse, with Max's car losing power and losing speed until he eventually had to crawl back to the pits to retire the car. On the final lap, Sergio Perez also complained about losing power before his Red Bull cut out at turn 1. But this problem stretched even further, with Pierre Gasly's car also cutting off on lap 47. These three cars are all running the Red Bull powertrain, an engine developed by Red Bull after Honda left the sport at the end of last year. Although these engines are not built from the ground up by Red Bull, these engines are essentially Honda engines renamed Red Bull powertrains, with Honda building the engines and providing operations support before Red Bull take full control of the engines next year. So these engines are actually Hondas, just like they had last year. And last year, that engine looked rock solid. So what's changed between now and then? Well, perhaps the problem doesn't come from the engine. In fact, it's rumored both Verstappen and Perez's retirements were due to fuel pump failures, which would explain the sudden cutoff in power to both cars. But why would this happen to only Red Bull? After all, the fuel pump is a standardized part, meaning all teams are given the exact same fuel pump. To answer this, we need to take a look at the new regulations. A new type of fuel was introduced to Formula 1 this season. All cars are now required to run E10 in an effort to cut down on emissions going forward. Perhaps Red Bull's engine for some reason is reacting differently to this new fuel, especially during low fuel runs. During testing, Red Bull did very little race simulation runs and very little low fuel runs. This obviously poses a problem, as the final laps on Sunday were the first time the team could test low fuel runs after a race distance. So there's problems for Red Bull, and no doubt they should be able to get on top of their reliability pretty soon. But the season is 23 races long, and with Ferrari looking rock solid at the front, they could be difficult to catch.